Natan, congratulations. Let me know. I mean, has it even sunk in yet? I mean, a couple days ago, you're getting ready for a fight, on another promotion. Now you got a UFC deal in hand. What's the emotion like for you right now?
It's crazy, like you said, a couple of days ago, I was offered to fight. I was planning on something different. I was trying to peak in another time, but it was a good opportunity. And we took it, me and my team, we took it.
I know, people say, hey, when the UFC calls, you got to answer, right? But, I mean, was there any discussion of thinking like, oh, man, is this the right situation? I mean, you've made it clear this was your goal to get here, risking that, it not being the perfect setup, the perfect situation. Was there any discussion at all that, man, maybe this isn't the way to go?
Everything I do, I try to be calculated and think, is it a good move? Coming up from when I first came to Vegas from Israel, and it took me a while to start fighting. And when I did start fighting, at first I only had karate, so I didn't have any wrestling. So there was a time for every fight and taking harder opponents. And at some point, you're just like, that's it. Like you took the time to grow right, and now it's you gotta go and you gotta take what you get. And I think that's what I did tonight. He wasn't going to give it to me, but I came and took it.
Very nice. Overall, I mean, a great performance. I thought a beautiful finish as well. How did you feel? I mean, I know you probably want to go back and watch it and look at it, but overall, how would you evaluate performance?
I evaluated high. Usually, I think I fight, against smart, calculated. I look for the opening. I have a lot of finishes. I don't think I'm a boring fighter by any stretch. But I like to see, and this time my coach told me, just go in there and go crazy. There's nothing in the toolbox you can't use. And I think that's what I did, from standing up, throwing hard shots with my hands, spinning kicks, high kicks. He was looking for the grappling. I wasn't looking for it, but he gave it to me, and I felt I would be in there too. He's got a lot of submissions, but never for a moment I thought I couldn't sub him.
Nice. Obviously, because of the short notice, this was catch weight, but your UFC debut and I guess your entire career, at least for the time being, would be at featherweight, or you look at lightweight? What do you think?
I think I felt good tonight. I think I'm going to start fighting at 55. And, felt strong. I think I can make the weight. I did it in 2 days for a catch weight, but a week would be fine to get to 55, and then I could fight more often as well.
Nice. The last thing for me, how do you see your UFC debut happening? I mean, do you have a date in mind? I mean, would you like to turn it around quickly? Are there opponents that you see? What do you see for your UFC debut?
Right now I want to, heal up a little bit. But, I don't want to waste time and wait for months. I haven't been home in Israel in like a year and a half. I haven't seen my family, my nephews, my mother and father. So I think it'd be a good time to maybe go there. Not the best because of COVID, but if I got a couple weeks, I can go 3 weeks, quarantine, and then see them a little bit and come back and take a fight. I think that'd be good if I can make it work. If not, we'll stay here for a little while longer.
Hey, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Was there, for you mentally, what do you think worked out better for you? Having a long time to prepare for your fight, or maybe just having a couple of days' notice so you can't really get in your own head and psych yourself out?
I usually don't get like that much into my own head. Obviously, it's fighting. You're a little nervous. But then when I see somebody else in the corner like screaming and going crazy, I'm like, okay, this is what real nervous looks like. I'm good. And, my coach here, John Wood from Syndicate, he tells me fighting is a roller coaster. It's going to be up and down and loops and all crazy. So you chose to get in on the ride. Nobody's forcing you to be here. Either you enjoy the ride or you faint and puke all over yourself.
That's a good way to end it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Natan, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Do you think you are going to be able to fight 145 and 155, or do you want to keep your eyes just 155 weight division?
Right now, I think, again, I felt great tonight. My biggest, worry calculation thing was that fighting at 55 would be against taller, bigger people with a bigger frame, and maybe people that cut weight from a higher weight, so basically putting myself in a disadvantage. But I think tonight was looked at the weigh-ins like David versus Goliath, but I think I prevailed. I showed that it's not about the size of the dog in the fight, but the fight in the dog.
Cool. Tell me about a little bit about your karate background. What do you do? Kyokushin, Shotokan?
So I got a third-degree black belt in Uechi-ryu karate. I went and got it in Okinawa, my black belt. I trained there for months. And since I moved and started learning Kyokushin karate. For me, karate, it's not like something I left in the past and I transferred to MMA. It's something that's with me, it's a part of me. I always want to keep learning and growing in this field. I think it adds to my skill set, but also it's something that I really love doing. It's good for my mentality, for my mental strength. For me, it's like meditating. And really, my life revolves around fighting because my profession is fighting, MMA, and my biggest hobby is going to Tokyo and do karate. So I think it adds up well.
Last one for me. As a karate guy, do you have any UFC fighter as an inspiration talking about karate?
I think I really like Wonder Boy right now. It's kind of a different style, but I like him a lot. Again, I think it's more than like the moves. It's like his attitude, being humble, training hard, being respectful. And I think also maybe Lyoto. Growing up and watching him, when I started watching, actually I came back from Japan, I got my black belt. And I started watching UFC again like I would with my dad when I was younger. And, watching Lyoto, I kind of told myself, maybe I can do that. At some point, I really loved MMA, but I was like, I'm a karate guy. I'm not an MMA guy. I'm not going to leave everything, my job as an instructor, and I'm not an MMA guy. I'm a karate guy. And then he kind of light the light bulb, and I was like, maybe I can do this.
Now you're an MMA guy?
Now I'm an MMA guy.
Congrats on the win, my man. Quick one for me, Levy. Everybody favors one or the other. What is your opinion? Do you want these short notice fights, that way you don't have to stress and overthink, or do you prefer the time to prepare adequately for your next UFC?
I think this one was good. It was great. It so happened to be. I like a camp because then my coaches can really dissect the guy, and I'm very lucky to have John Wood and Jimmy Giff, two masterminds of MMA. And they know every detail and everything that I don't see. They see it, and they tell me where to attack, how, when. And usually it works out great. And, I add my own flavor while I'm in there and what I see. But, yeah, short notice fights. It's fun also not to have to wait so long. And I'm training all the time. I train 3 times a day when I'm not in camp, when I'm in camp, so it doesn't really matter to me. Now that I'll fight at 55, I feel like I could cut the weight really fast, so a week's notice wouldn't be a problem for me to make 55.
All right, thank you. Congrats.
Thank you.
Hey sports fans, if you want to see more videos like this, check out some of our other ones right here. And if you like what you see, make sure to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more from USA Today Sports.